Hello, my name is Armin Sprotte. I'm an ex-student of Brockwood Park. I'm very happy to be here in New Delhi with Aditi Mangaldas to talk to her about the upcoming event at the Beethoven Hall on the 3rd of September this year, and also to find out what her first introduction was to J Krishnamurti.
My introduction to Krishnaji was through my family. My grandmother, Nandini Mehta, my great-grand-aunt, Popul Jaikar, heard his lectures, I think for the first time in the late 40s. And I think somehow there was an instant sense of transformation in their lives. I feel this transformation percolated down the family, you know. And so when I was born, it was in a family that read a lot of Krishnaji, visited his talks, visited his various schools, often hosted him in Bombay and Delhi. So that's how I was introduced to the philosophy of Krishnaji. And I do hope that somewhere it has transformed each one of us.
I believe your aunt also runs a school here in India.
Well, yes, she's been part of the school in India, Radhika Jaikar Rishi Valley School, and has been very much involved in the school for the past many years. My grandmother ran a school, Balanand, in Bombay, which now my mother looks after. They're all part of the larger Krishnaji family, the schools. So I just do hope that it has helped to make me a better human being, and well, that's, you know, I think the beginning or the introduction to Krishnaji.
Wonderful. So how do you feel now about this upcoming event this year?
Well, I'm really honored to be part of this event, to have been invited to this. Mostly because it is to do with Krishnaji and his teachings and his philosophy, but also because I'll be sharing the stage with great musicians like Maria Pires, like Mr. Nigel, and also the art of Siegward Sprotte. So it's something that I look forward to with much eagerness. I also am fascinated by the subject because it's J Krishnamurti, silence, music and the arts. And often one wonders, where does silence fit in to dance? But actually I think that is where sometimes great dance happens. You know, regular movement of the body, of the mind, of the emotions. You can actually count the finite number of muscles or finite emotions that are required for that movement to happen. But when there is a sense of silence, of movement not being visually present somehow, there is an infinite space, and that gives rise to infinite movement of the body, of the emotions, of the mind, and that is fascinating. And it's not as if one can call this somehow into being, but by what we call constant riyaz or rehearsal or this constant involvement, immersion, it suddenly is there. This sense of silence which is really expansive. So I think it's a fascinating subject, and I have always tried to work within these silences. In fact, even in classical music and dance, we have two finite points but between those finite points is an infinite range, which is completely full and yet completely empty. So it's the exploration of that silence within the two finite points. I'll be presenting two pieces, one classical and one contemporary.
Wonderful.
And it's really a great honor for me, and I'm really thankful that I've been invited to do so. I would also like to say thank you to you, because for coming here and sharing this moment with me. You may all not know that Armin was also at Rockwood Park, has grown up listening to Krishnaji, and it's in fact his father whose work will be presented at the Cadogan Hall also, and Siegward Sprotte, his father, was also very inspired, moved by the philosophy of J Krishnamurti. And it's been something, I think, for both of us, something that has been part of our lives since our childhood.
Actually, looking at the world today, and you mentioning J Krishnamurti's philosophy, I believe it is actually of more importance today, perhaps, than it has been in the past. So
absolutely.
I do hope we all have a great turnout, and I thank you very much for this interview, and I hope we have a great turnout. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and we invite you all at the Cadogan Hall on the 3rd of September 2016 in London. Thank you.
Thank you.